Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Give Me God of War walkthrough, and we're taking on Hræzlyr, the Dragon Man. And I have a wonderful strategy here of baiting a claw attack. If you do this, when he retracts his claw, if you stand where it was previously, he will always do the claw drag and never try to bite you. And the bite's not a problem because you can block it, but if you want to get a no bite first phase, that's how you do it, boys. Speedruns. We live for that shit. But anyhow, this is the second phase coming up where we're going to get to attack him again on this little lift of ours. And I like these parts of the fight because they feel like God of War. I like attacking something huge in a pattern that's quite safe and simple and fun. When it starts the part where you have to dodge the lightning and throw the weird, like, Yggdrasil stuff at him, that bit not as fun for me personally. But it must be said, this is not a difficult fight. Once you understand how it works, the real difficulty is in just the awkwardness of it. And the awkwardness stems from, when the dragon does this breath attack, you have to rather quickly throw the do at it to get what you need to do. And a lot of the times you don't really have as much time as you think you'd have. And there's not a problem, because you can always do it better. But there are shockwaves that happen when the breath is happening as well, and in the final phase there's 2 of them. And these shockwaves mean that your window of opportunity is quite short. I kind of feel like the throwing mechanic of the red crystal is not the most responsive thing. I feel like it could be way faster. But once again, we know why it's not. It's because the guy who designed the combat likes Souls games, and Souls games are all about spending 20 fucking hours waiting for your axe to come back to your hand, right? And that shit's frustrating. But it does lead to more consequences in battle, and that's clearly what they were going for. But for this phase, run along the cliffside, jump onto his back. There's going to be a massive cutscene here of you smacking the dragon, and then you're going to be in his mouth chopping his tongue. There's nothing to really do here other than just press the attack button, so just knock yourself out. I would have liked to have seen more interactivity here. I think the counter sequences against Baldur are way more interesting than these moments. It would be cool if we had to dodge things, or if we had to block here, or if we had to attack in a sequence that made it so that we could pass the section instead of it just being feel powerful and mash the dragon. Oh, and another thing too, turn the tutorials off if you can, guys. Because right then, when I was reading that tutorial, I was mashing X and it wouldn't fuck off, and I nearly got electrocuted because of it. That's how frustrating this boss can be because of stupid design like that. And it happens every time you have to restart. But the strategy here is simple. Dodge the crazy, like, cavalcade of lightning, and then throw the do at this boss, and then when he comes down, attack him. The moment he moves, stop, or he'll bite you. And the bite is really quick, but you can block it, so you don't have to worry. And then back all the way back over here, and put your shield up. Once he settles across here, you're going to get a checkpoint. And then you want to back all the way back here to this area. Whenever he goes back on his hind legs, he's going to slam both his claws. If his claws touch you, they are unblockable. However, the shockwaves that they do not break your block, so you can simply block them. And to avoid him from doing the slams that he likes to do, all you have to do is stand back, and then he will slam both his claws. And then when he does the streak of lightning, make sure you grab the assist, you block the AoE, and then you throw it early so that you don't get hit by that crazy shockwave. The difficulty in this fight is the shockwave. That's the only hard part. And then once again, be careful here because when he recovers, he's going to bite. So once he recovers, back up, and then with your shield, try and stay in the middle of this area, and you'll dodge his feet. If his feet come down on you in that phase, they will damage you because they're unblockable. And right now, if you don't back up here, he'll just swipe at you, and the swipe is unblockable as well. You have to dodge it. The way that I'm fighting this battle will ensure he never does unblockable moves that can hit me. You see that though? That's really bizarre. It does that every time. Whenever you try to rush that move early, there's an invisible influence on it that teleports you. It's really strange. I can't answer it why it does that, but it's goofy. This is the claw swipe again. Oh no, he stops doing it. What's he doing now? He's doing the breath. So now the breath will have 2 shockwaves. See that? There's a residual shockwave at the end of it to make it trickier to pick up the bomb that you need. Throw it early, block the first one, dodge the beam, block the second one. And then after the second one, pick up another one of the crystals. And then this is all you're doing. Block the first one, dodge the beam, block the second one. It's a late one, wait for it. And then after 3, I think he falls down. But be very careful, because the recovery between putting your shield on after throwing the crystals and after throwing it and things, all of that has weight and priority that means that you can get hit in the interim, and it leads to really sloppy moments of damage. And I don't like it at all, but it's how the game works, so you have to bear with it. But now we're in the final phase of the fight, and here he's going to try biting and he's going to try slamming his claws. The bite can be blocked, the shockwaves can be blocked, the claws cannot be blocked. So just keep on hitting him with the Executioner's Charge. See what he does. There's the breath. This does a little bit of a zigzag, so just watch the ground and make sure you're not close to it. It's very generous when it comes to not being hit by that move. And then he can also do the one where he does the bursts of electricity everywhere, which is this one. When he fires in the air like that, it means that everywhere around you is going to start bubbling with these circles of electricity, and then strikes will come down on the circles. They telegraph them really well, and you can get away from them usually without taking damage, and they're very kind on the detection. They could be way worse than they are. They don't have a massive splash range. This is a very fair boss in a lot of ways. I just wish it was more interesting, right? It's such a boring fight. And that right there looks like it should damage you, but it doesn't, thankfully. So, Executioner's Charge, cancel the animation with your shield. Executioner's Charge, cancel the end, and then when it says press square, you've won. So from this point onwards, Kratos does a ridiculous stabby, stabby, stabby animation, and I've trimmed it down. Thank you for watching. You take care now.